So now what we are going to talk is double checking your Google My Business. How are you doing in your local rank and how to track it. I'm not going to really dive deep into Google My Business. It's a fantastic tool that's help you with your business profile, and it's very, very powerful also for your local website creation. So this is what you can have, and you don't need any coding. But I am giving this complete 2 hour step by step, so now you just know it exists if you have never used it. So basically we are now going to talk more about this local Falcon, how it can local rank tracking for maps that I believe can be very, very useful to give you real-time analysis to really know how are you doing in different areas of your place, neighborhood, town. So we dive back into the strategy, and as you can see, you just use your Google My Business name and you search, and then choose how specific or broad you want your rank tracking to be. So for example, here is a 5 mile, 8 kilometers rank tracking radius. As you can see, Back Bay. So this is what you need to double check. You need to double check how are you doing for such important keyword in your local rankings. And this setup 7x7 gives you great idea of where your business ranks across the entire local place. And if I show you just quickly, if we go to the pricing, you can see that you can do this 4 times, so you can double check it 4 times for $10. So I think this is okay for you to see it immediately. As you can see here on the video, you can see how you are immediately doing. So right now what we are going to do, we are going to dive back. You can even go to 15x15, but this is really edge where you might rank. As you can see, get a nice interactive map that shows where you rank in lots of different spots throughout the city. So this is really, really cool. And as you can see that you might be losing some of the points, but this isn't necessarily a problem. It could be that a competitor has a location that's more centrally located than your hotel. So for someone doing a mobile search from that location, Google considers that that competitor is a better fit. And what you need to do, you need to use the tool to find the spots where you should rank well, but you might not rank well. For example, you can see that this local paving business ranks #1 in the far north of the city, except one spot. So in this case, you would want to click on the results to see who is outranking you and why. As you can see, this is #2, not #1, and this is #2, and this is #2. So you need to see who is outranking you. In this case, a competitor is ranking #1, but you are not satisfied with the spot #2. So you check out the competitor's address in their listing. That way you can cross-check where they are physically located on the map. And when you put the competitor's location on the rankings map, you can see why you are having trouble cracking the spot one, because they are very close, as you can see. The simple explanation is that this search location is much closer to the competitor. So it makes perfect sense that Google would want to make this competitor the number one result. But still, you can develop your Google My Business. You can get more positive reviews. You can get much more insights and views with updating your photos, updating your videos into Google My Business, and using the full power of Google My Business I am showing to you. And especially if you are very active with posts, that can help you greatly. And now we need to have a look also into local organic rankings, because if you are a local business, the map pack is the place to be. You don't want to completely ignore the traditional local results. So, as you can see, the local organic results usually show up below the local pack. So you have the map and you have the previews, but also you want to get a position here. So this is what we are calling this triple pack, this triple position, this triple listing. So what does it mean? It means that you get into the map, you get into this overview, and you also get into the search itself, as you can see. For example, this pizzeria Regina, so you want to go for both. But don't let that fool you into thinking that map pack or nothing. So you need to reach everything. So you need to concentrate on Google My Business, and also you need to correctly set up your on-page SEO. And we spend a lot of time on-page SEO in this course, so you know how to create descriptions for title, for meta description, how to organize your website architecture, as well as you know how to create landing pages for different important keywords. So this is what you need to know. And of course, backlinks. Backlinks are always important. The unique thing about local organic rankings is how you track them, because you need to remember store plus city only make a fraction of all local searches. As you can see, in addition to Boston Barber, you also want to track your rankings for keywords like barber, barber near me. As you can see, this is a great example. So I think it's very, very clear. And if you want to get a better idea of where you rank around town, you can track your rankings for that same keyword across lots of different spots, as you can see. So you can double check like different places in Boston. And this, of course, can help you greatly. And now what you need also to do is to understand local SEO keyword research, because I have a little bit skipped a lot about Google My Business, because we have a big explanation here and we have complete step-by-step guide in the course. And in this chapter we are going to show you how to find keywords for local SEO. And what's really good is that it's a one done process. So because when you create a blog, or when you develop your website, or you develop your e-commerce, you have to constantly search for new and new keywords, and you have to constantly create a content. But when you proceed a local SEO keyword research, this can help you greatly, and you can do it once time and stick to it. You don't need to repeat it every week or every 2 weeks. Maybe once upon 6 times, it's okay. So of course, great source is Yelp, because it's the same like Google Suggest. You just type in a keyword that someone in your area might use to find your business and check out the suggested results. But what's cool about Yelp is that they sometimes show you keywords that don't contain the term you typed in. For example, if you search for Japanese, they also suggest Asian fusion food, as you can see on the picture. And of course, golden Google Suggest. Google Suggest can also work well for local searches. The only thing to keep in mind here is that the local search has to be something that potential local customers are gonna search for. For example, as you can see on the picture, just the general suggest is not the best for you. But when you add a local term, you start to see keywords that you can use. As you can see, HVACB, and then you see Boston, and then you continue. So this might be very, very useful. And we are also going to think more about local voice searches, because according to Google, 20% of all Google searches done on mobile are now voice searches. So I hope you are enjoying this. You are a great student, and I'm so happy you will reach great success.